There's a version of you that's weak, hesitant, full of excuses, and drowning in self-doubt. That version has kept you stuck, made you settle for less, and whispered lies that you're not good enough. It's the voice that talks you out of taking action.
The voice that keeps you comfortable but miserable.
But today, that version dies. Because the only way to build the life you deserve is to destroy the part of you that clings to failure. You have a choice: either stay the same and live in regret, or break free and create a version of yourself that's unstoppable. You've been listening to your fears for too long. You've been negotiating with your weaknesses, allowing them to dictate your actions. But what has that given you? Nothing but frustration, disappointment, and wasted potential. If you want to rise, if you want to dominate, you must declare war on every weakness inside you. No more excuses. No more delays. No more waiting for the right time. The right time is now. The weak version of you must die so the strong one can take its place. Your mind is your battlefield. Every single day you wake up with two voices fighting for control. One tells you to hit snooze, to take it easy, to stay comfortable. The other dares you to push, to grow, to fight for more. And every time you choose comfort, the weak version of you wins. You cannot afford to let that happen anymore. You must kill the weakness before it kills your dreams. Because every second you waste, someone else is getting stronger, hungrier, more disciplined. You've been telling yourself you'll change. You've been promising that tomorrow you'll be different. But how many times have you broken that promise? How many days, weeks, years have passed while you stayed the same? Enough. The time for talking is over. The time for action is now. Because every second you hesitate, you lose momentum. And if you keep hesitating, your potential will rot inside you. Stop delaying your greatness. Execute now. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your circumstances. It rewards those who move despite fear, who act despite doubt. If you keep waiting until you feel confident, you will die with regret. The only way to become stronger is to step into discomfort and embrace the struggle. You must destroy the weak voice inside you and replace it with the voice of a warrior, one who refuses to quit, refuses to settle, and refuses to accept anything less than greatness. Every time you complain, you feed your weakness. Every time you make an excuse, you strengthen the chains that hold you back. Every time you choose comfort over progress, you prove to yourself that you are not in control. But you can take control. You can make the decision right now that the old you is gone. Weakness is no longer an option. Fear is no longer your master. The new you is disciplined, relentless, and unstoppable. And that transformation starts today. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The weak version of you avoids pain, hides from hardship, and prays for an easy life. But the strong version of you understands that pain is necessary for growth. Every struggle, every setback, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to sharpen your mind, strengthen your spirit, and become the person you were meant to be. If you want to rise, you must learn to love the pain, to embrace the challenge, and to see every obstacle as fuel for your fire. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not destined to be average. The only thing holding you back is the belief that you are not enough. And that belief is a lie. You have the power to rewrite your story, to build yourself from the ground up, to create a version of yourself that is fearless, disciplined, and powerful. But you must kill the old version first. You must bury every excuse, every doubt, every weakness. You must declare right now that you will never go back to the way things were. The world doesn't owe you anything. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. If you want it, you have to take it. And taking it requires sacrifice. It requires you to let go of every weakness, every bad habit, every distraction that is keeping you small. It requires discipline, pain, and relentless focus. It requires you to become obsessed with your own evolution. Are you willing to do what it takes? Or will you let your old self win again? Most people will never change. Most people will live and die as a weaker version of themselves because they lack the courage to face their fears. But you are not most people. You are capable of more than you know. The question is, will you step up? Will you embrace the struggle? Will you do what others refuse to do? The moment you make that decision, everything changes. The moment you kill the weak version of yourself, you unlock a power you never knew existed. Discipline is the key. Without it, you are nothing. Without it, you will fall back into old habits, old excuses, old failures. You must train your mind to be stronger than your emotions. You must wake up every day with a mission, a purpose, a fire that cannot be extinguished. Because motivation will fade, inspiration will die. But discipline is what separates the weak from the great. And you must choose to be great. No more blaming circumstances. No more waiting for motivation. No more hoping things will get easier. They won't. Life will not get easier. You must get stronger. You must develop the mental toughness to push through the doubt, the pain, the struggle. Because success belongs to those who refuse to quit, who refuse to break, who refuse to accept mediocrity. And the only way to become that person is to kill the weak version of yourself once and for all. Every time you take action, every time you push through discomfort, every time you refuse to quit, you weaken the old version of yourself. And the more you do it, the stronger you become. Until one day, the weak version of you is nothing but a memory. Until one day, you look in the mirror and see someone you never thought you could be. That day is coming. But only if you make the decision right now to commit to the process. There is no turning back. You either commit fully or you stay the same. You either rise or you fall. The choice is yours. But understand this, every great person you admire had to go through the same battle. They had to destroy their weaknesses, face their fears, and embrace the pain of transformation. And if they could do it, so can you. But it starts with one decision, one moment, one choice. Will you kill the weak version of yourself today? The weak version of you will try to fight back. It will whisper excuses, tempt you with comfort, and try to drag you back to your old habits. It will tell you that you're too tired, that you don't have what it takes, that maybe tomorrow is a better day to start. But you already know the truth tomorrow never comes. The weak version of you is nothing but a liar, a manipulator, a parasite feeding off your potential. And if you let it win today, it will keep winning forever. So cut it off. Shut it down. Destroy it. You are either moving forward or falling backward. There is no in between. Every decision you make either strengthens your discipline or weakens it. Every moment is a battle, and the weak version of you is always waiting for you to slip. But you won't. Not anymore. Because now you see the game for what it is. Now you know that every excuse is a trap. Every delay is a step toward failure, and every moment of hesitation is a moment wasted. From now on, you dominate every second. No more negotiating with yourself. No more sitting around waiting for motivation. No more allowing your feelings to control your actions. The old you operated that way, and where did it get you? Nowhere. If you want to be unstoppable, you must make discipline your default setting. You must do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel, because your emotions are unreliable, but your commitment to greatness must be unbreakable. You will be tested. You will be challenged. You will face days when the weak version of you screams louder than ever. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments where champions are made. Because anyone can show up when it's easy, but only the truly great show up when it's hard. Only the truly great push forward when every part of them wants to quit. And that's who you are, becoming the type of person who never backs down, never gives in, never stops moving forward. Look around. How many people do you know who are truly committed to greatness? How many people do you see who are actually pushing themselves to be better every single day? Almost none. Because most people are slaves to their weakness. Most people will live their entire lives being controlled by their fears, their doubts, and their laziness. But not you. You have made the decision to rise. You have chosen to be different. And that choice is what will separate you from the rest. They will doubt you. They will question you. They will try to pull you back down because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Your discipline makes their laziness obvious. Your success exposes their failures. But you don't owe them comfort. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them anything. The only thing you owe is your commitment to the vision you have for yourself. Let them talk. Let them judge. You just keep moving forward, keep leveling up, keep proving them wrong. Every morning you wake up with two options: to remain the same or to evolve, to stay comfortable or to embrace the pain of growth, to live in mediocrity or to fight for greatness. And every morning, the weak version of you will try to convince you to take the easy path. But that path leads nowhere. That path ends in regret. That path is the road to failure. If you want more, you must choose the hard path. You must choose discipline. You must choose to kill the weak version of yourself again and again, every single day. This is not about motivation. Motivation fades. This is about building a mindset so strong, so unshakable that nothing can stop you. This is about creating a version of yourself that never needs to rely on motivation because you are driven by something deeper, by an obsession to be better, by a fire inside you that never burns out. That is the version of you that will win. That is the version of you that will achieve everything you ever wanted. But you must become that person. You must leave the old version behind. It won't be easy. It will take time. There will be days when you feel like giving up, but those are the days that matter the most. Those are the days when you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Because every time you push through, every time you refuse to quit, you weaken the old version of yourself. And if you keep going, one day you'll realize that the weak version of you is gone forever, replaced by someone unbreakable. The world belongs to those who refuse to accept weakness. The world belongs to those who are willing to sacrifice comfort, who are willing to outwork, outlast, and outfight everyone else. The world belongs to those who take control of their destiny, who decide that no matter what happens, they will keep pushing, keep growing, keep winning. And that is who you are becoming. But you must stay relentless.
You must stay hungry.
You must never, ever go back to the way things were. There is a reason why so few people succeed. Because most people are unwilling to do what is necessary. Most people are too afraid to step outside their comfort zones. Most people would rather stay small than take the risk of becoming great. But you are not most people. You are the exception. You are the one who is willing to go all in, to suffer, to sacrifice, to push beyond your limits. And because of that, you will achieve what most people never will. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to do the work for you. If you want it, you have to take it. If you want to change your life, you have to be the one to do it. And the only way to do that is to kill the weak version of yourself once and for all. No more delays. No more waiting. No more second guessing. The time is now. The moment is here. This is your time to rise. Every time you wake up, you have another opportunity to rewrite your story. You have another chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more. But if you don't take action, nothing will change. If you don't destroy the weak version of yourself, it will keep controlling you, keep holding you back, keep stealing your potential. You cannot allow that to happen. You must take full responsibility for your future, starting now. The weak version of you is nothing but an illusion, a ghost of the past trying to keep you trapped in mediocrity. But you are stronger than that. You are bigger than your doubts, your fears, your limitations. You have the power to rise, to evolve, to transform into something unstoppable. But you must commit. You must burn the bridges behind you. You must make it impossible to go back to the way things were. Because the only way forward is through. Your mind is the battlefield. Every single day, you are in a war with yourself. The weak version of you is trying to convince you to stay the same, to remain comfortable, to avoid the struggle. But you are not here to be comfortable. You are here to be great. And greatness is not found in comfort. It is found in the moments when you push past your limits, when you silence the voice of doubt, when you refuse to surrender to weakness. Discipline is the ultimate weapon. If you master discipline, you master life. Because discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline means showing up when no one is watching. Discipline means choosing long-term success over short-term pleasure. If you can control your actions, your thoughts, your habits, then nothing can stop you. Because discipline is what separates the weak from the strong, the average from the elite, the ordinary from the unstoppable. You were not born to be average. You were not meant to live a life of regret. But the only way to escape mediocrity is to make a decision to kill the weak version of yourself and never look back. You have to decide that from this moment forward, you will operate at a higher level. You will think differently. You will act differently. You will demand more from yourself, because the life you want is waiting for you, but only if you're willing to fight for it. Excuses are the language of the weak. Every time you make an excuse, you strengthen the version of yourself that you're trying to destroy. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you give power to your old habits. But every time you take action, even when you don't feel like it, you weaken the old you. Every time you show up, every time you push through, every time you refuse to quit, you are rewriting your story. You are proving to yourself that you are not the same person anymore. Pain is part of the process. Growth is uncomfortable. Change is painful. But pain is temporary, and regret lasts forever. If you quit now, you will spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. If you give up, you will never know how far you could have gone. But if you endure, if you fight through, if you keep moving forward no matter what, you will come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Most people are trapped in a cycle of failure. They wake up, repeat the same bad habits, and wonder why nothing changes. But you are breaking free. You are stepping into a new reality. You are choosing to destroy the weak version of yourself and replace it with a version that is disciplined, focused, and driven. As you keep pushing forward, you will start to see the results. You will start to feel the power of transformation. You will start to realize that you were always capable of more. The greatest enemy you will ever face is not the world, not other people, not your circumstances. It is you. It is the part of you that wants to stay comfortable, that wants to avoid the work, that wants to settle for less. But you must rise above it. You must conquer yourself. Because once you do that, nothing else can stop you. Once you learn to master your own mind, you become limitless. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need validation from anyone. You don't need approval. The only thing you need is a decision to take control of your life, to take responsibility for your actions, to commit fully to your growth. Because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do it for you. This is your fight. This is your journey, and only you can make it happen. Every time you hesitate, you give the weak version of yourself another chance to win. Every time you delay, you lose momentum. Every time you doubt yourself, you slow yourself down. But when you take action, immediate, decisive action, you shut down the voice of weakness. You cut off its power. And with every step forward, you build the new you, the stronger, bolder, more disciplined you. The greatest transformations happen when you stop waiting and start doing. When you stop thinking and start executing. When you stop overanalyzing and start taking action. Because action is the cure to self-doubt. Action is the answer to fear. Action is the key to killing the weak version of yourself. And the more you act, the more momentum you build, the more unstoppable you become. Your future is being created right now. Every choice you make is shaping the person you are becoming. Every action you take is either building you up or breaking you down. There is no neutral. You are either moving toward greatness or away from it. And the only way to guarantee success is to choose discipline over comfort, action over hesitation, commitment over excuses. That is the mindset of winners. That is the mindset of those who refuse to settle for less. You were not designed to be weak. You were not created to live a life of mediocrity. You have power inside you, strength, resilience, potential. But you must unleash it. You must let go of the old, weak version of yourself and step into your true self. The self that is relentless. The self that is fearless. The self that refuses to be defeated. That is who you truly are. That is who you are meant to be. Nothing changes until you change. Nothing improves until you take responsibility. Nothing happens until you take action. And if you are serious about transforming your life, you must be willing to do what most people won't. You must be willing to wake up earlier, work harder, sacrifice more. Because success is not given, it is earned. And only those who are willing to pay the price will achieve it. You are in control. You hold the power. You decide who be. And the moment you truly understand that, you become unstoppable. Because once you realize that nothing outside of you can control your destiny, you become free. Free to create, free to grow, free to build the life you want. But you must take action now. You must kill the weak version of yourself and step into your greatness starting today. There is no going back. The moment you decide to kill the weak version of yourself, you must burn the bridges behind you. There is no retreat, no surrender, no excuse that will bring you back to comfort. You must commit fully, without hesitation, without doubt. Because the second you entertain the idea of quitting, weakness will find a way back in. And you cannot allow that. You must move forward with complete certainty that the old you is gone forever. The greatest battle is fought in silence. No one will see the struggle. No one will witness the nights you push through exhaustion. No one will understand the sacrifices you make. But that is what makes the transformation real. Because when you fight alone, when you push forward with no applause, when you stay disciplined, even when no one is watching, that is when you truly become powerful. Because you are doing it for yourself, not for validation, not for approval, just for you. Your habits define your destiny. The weak version of you is built on weak habits, procrastination, excuses, comfort. But the strong version of you is built on discipline, action, and resilience. If you want to kill the weak version of yourself, you must destroy the habits that keep it alive. Wake up earlier. Work harder. Train your mind. Control your emotions. Because every habit you break is another nail in the coffin of the old you. And every habit you build is a step toward the person you were meant to become. The world doesn't owe you anything. No one is coming to hand you success. No one is going to lift you up unless you lift yourself first. If you are waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances, you will wait forever. Because the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action, those who create their own opportunities, those who refuse to accept anything less than their absolute best. The weak version of you will always try to negotiate. It will whisper excuses. It will tell you to rest, to take it easy, to slow down. But you must not listen. Because every time you compromise, every time you give in, you strengthen the enemy within. And the only way to win is to silence it completely. No more negotiations. No more excuses. No more waiting. It's time to execute. It's time to rise. It's time to kill that weak version of yourself once and for all. You cannot have two minds. You cannot be both weak and strong, both disciplined and lazy, both committed and hesitant. You must choose one, and the choice you make will determine the course of your life. If you choose weakness, you will live a life of regret. But if you choose strength, you will create a legacy of greatness. And that choice is yours to make every single day. No one remembers the ones who quit. No one talks about the people who gave up on themselves. History is written by those who refused to surrender, those who kept pushing when the odds were against them. And that is who you must become, the person who never stops, who never backs down, who never allows weakness to dictate their future. Because the moment you decide that quitting is not an option, you become unstoppable. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. It shows you where you are weak. It reveals where you need to grow. It forces you to become stronger. The weak version of you runs from pain, avoids discomfort, hides from struggle. But the strong version of you embraces it, uses it, transforms it into fuel. Because pain is not here to stop you. It is here to forge you into something greater than you ever imagined. Your thoughts are weapons. Every negative thought is an attack from the weak version of you, trying to break your momentum. Every doubt, every hesitation, every fear, it is all designed to keep you small, to keep you afraid. But you have the power to fight back. You have the power to replace every weak thought with a strong one, to turn doubt into certainty, fear into confidence, hesitation into action. Because the mind is where the battle is won, and you must win it every single day. You are not here to fit in. You are not here to be like everyone else. You are here to rise above, to set a new standard, to show the world what is possible. The weak version of you wants to blend in, to be accepted, to play it safe. But greatness is never found in safety. Greatness is found in risk, in courage, in stepping outside your comfort zone and doing what others are too afraid to do. Discipline is not something you do. It is something you become. It is not a switch you turn on when you feel like it. It is a way of life. It is who you are. The weak version of you operates on feelings. If it doesn't feel like working, it won't. But the strong version of you operates on principles. If something needs to be done, it gets done, no matter what. That is the difference. And that is why discipline always wins. There is no magic formula. There is no shortcut. There is only one way to kill the weak version of yourself. Outwork it, outlast it, overpower it. Push harder. Go longer. Sacrifice more. Because success is a game of endurance. The weak version of you will try to convince you to quit when things get tough. But if you refuse, if you keep going even when everything inside you wants to stop, that is when the transformation happens. The world will try to distract you. Social media, entertainment, negativity, all of it is designed to keep you weak, to keep you passive, to keep you from becoming your best self. But you must cut out the noise. You must stay focused, because every moment wasted is a moment given to the weak version of you. And you cannot afford to waste any more time. The mission is clear. The goal is set. The only thing left to do is execute. Your power is in your hands. No one can take it from you unless you give it away. No one can stop you unless you allow it. The weak version of you will try to convince you that you are powerless, that you are stuck, that you are not capable. But that is a lie. You are limitless. You are strong. You are in control. And the second you claim that truth, nothing will ever be the same again. You don't need more time. You don't need better conditions. You don't need permission. The only thing you need is action. Right now. Today. Because every second you wait, the weak version of you gets stronger. And you cannot let that happen. You must decide right now that this is the moment everything changes. That this is the moment you take back your power. That this is the moment you become who you were meant to be. That you are one decision away from changing your entire life. One choice. One moment of absolute commitment. That is all it takes to kill the weak version of yourself. The question is, will you make that choice? Or will you let hesitation and fear keep you trapped in the same cycle? The same habits, the same excuses? The power is in your hands. And the only thing standing in your way is you. There is no more time to waste. The weak version of you has stolen enough days, enough opportunities, enough dreams. No more hesitation. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. The perfect time is now. Because the second you take action, the second you step forward, the weak version of you starts to die. And every step you take after that, every decision you make, buries it deeper until it is gone forever. Success is simple. Do what needs to be done every single day, without fail. No shortcuts. No easy routes. Just pure, relentless execution. The weak version of you looks for the easy way out, the quick fix, the effortless path. But that path leads nowhere. The strong version of you knows that the real path is the hard one, the one filled with obstacles, the one that forces growth. That is the path you must take. Every morning you wake up with two choices, stay the same or level up. And the truth is, every action you take is either making you stronger or keeping you weak. There is no in between. If you want to kill the weak version of yourself, you must make that decision every single day. Wake up with purpose. Wake up with a mission. Wake up with the determination to become better than you were yesterday. Your past does not define you. The mistakes you made, the failures you faced, the times you fell short, none of that matters anymore. The only thing that matters is what you do next. The weak version of you will try to remind you of the past, try to keep you trapped in regret, try to convince you that you will never change. But you must shut that voice down, because your future is not written yet, and you have the power to make it legendary. You cannot let emotions control you. Feelings will lie to you. They will tell you that you are too tired, too stressed, too broken to keep going. But that is a trap. The weak version of you thrives on emotions because it knows that if you listen to them, you will quit. But the strong version of you is built on discipline, on logic, on action. It does what needs to be done, no matter how it feels. And that is why it always wins. Your environment is shaping you. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, the habits you engage in, all of it is either making you stronger or keeping you weak. If you are serious about killing the weak version of yourself, you must eliminate everything that feeds it. Cut out the negativity. Cut out the distractions. Surround yourself with strength, with ambition, with people who push you to be better. Because your environment will either build you or break you. Hard times are a gift. They force you to level up, to adapt, to become someone stronger than you were before. The weak version of you runs from hardship, complains about struggle, looks for the easy way out. But the strong version of you welcomes the challenge, thrives under pressure, grows through adversity. Because the more resistance you face, the more unstoppable you become. Every setback is a test. Life is asking you a question. Do you really want this? Are you willing to fight for it? Or will you fold under pressure? The weak version of you will look for an excuse to quit, but the strong version of you will see it as an opportunity to prove how badly you want it. And that is why the strong always rise while the weak stay stuck. You must take responsibility. No more blaming circumstances, no more blaming people, no more blaming the past. The weak version of you loves to play the victim, loves to find reasons why things are unfair, why success is impossible. But the strong version of you takes ownership of everything. It knows that no one is coming to save you, that everything is in your hands. And that is the mindset that changes everything. There's no growth in comfort. If you want to kill the weak version of yourself, you must step outside of what feels safe. You must push yourself beyond what you think you are capable of, because every time you do, you expand. You become stronger, sharper, more powerful. The weak version of you stays in comfort zones, afraid to take risks. But comfort zones are where dreams go to die. And you are not here to let your dreams die. You are either evolving or decaying. There is no standing still. If you are not actively improving, you are slowly falling behind. And that is why you must wake up every day with a hunger to get better. Read more. Train harder. Learn new skills. Sharpen your mind. The weak version of you stays stagnant, avoids growth, fears change. But the strong version of you embraces evolution. And that is why it will always win. Your mind is the battleground. Every day, there is a war happening inside you. Weakness Vs. Strength, fear Vs. Courage, doubt Vs. Certainty. And every thought you entertain is a weapon in that war. The weak version of you wants you to focus on limitations, problems, negativity. But the strong version of you rewires the mind for success, focuses on solutions, turns every challenge into an opportunity. That is the difference. No one will do the work for you. No one will wake up early for you. No one will stay disciplined for you. No one will put in the reps for you. This is your battle. This is your fight. And you must be willing to do whatever it takes. The weak version of you hopes for motivation, waits for the perfect conditions. But the strong version of you creates its own motivation, takes action regardless of the conditions. And that is why it always comes out on top. You are capable of more than you know. The weak version of you underestimates your power, convinces you that you are not strong enough, smart enough, talented enough. But that is a lie. You are limitless. You are unstoppable. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to step into your full potential. The weak version of you must die so that the strongest version of you can be born. You must move with urgency. Time is not waiting for you. Every second you hesitate, every day you waste, the weak version of you tightens its grip. It wants you to think you have forever, that you can start tomorrow, that you can wait until you feel ready. But you will never feel ready. And that is why you must act now. Because the longer you wait, the stronger your excuses become, and the weaker your future will be. You must embrace pain. Growth hurts. Change is uncomfortable. Success demands sacrifice. The weak version of you runs from pain, seeks comfort, avoids struggle. But pain is the price of transformation. The strongest version of you understands that discomfort is the cost of becoming great. So, instead of fearing pain, you must welcome it, because every ounce of struggle is shaping you into something unstoppable. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Every day, it is feeding you thoughts that can build you up or break you down. The weak version of you listens to doubts, insecurities, fears. It believes every negative thought, every limitation, every excuse. But the strong version of you takes control. It rewires the mind, replaces weakness with power, eliminates negativity, and turns every setback into fuel. You must develop discipline. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. But discipline? Discipline is forever. The weak version of you waits to feel motivated before taking action, but the strong version of you takes action no matter what. Because discipline does not care about feelings, it does not negotiate with excuses. It simply does what needs to be done every single day without fail. And that is the mindset that builds champion. Fear is an illusion. It exists only in your mind. The weak version of you sees fear as a wall, as a reason to stop, as a sign to turn back. But fear is nothing more than a test to see if you are willing to push past your limits, to see if you truly want the life you say you do. The strong version of you does not run from fear, it walks straight through it. Because on the other side of fear is everything you have ever wanted.